You're listening to GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
GUFON Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream rise to the top. Oh, yeah.
GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
GUFON Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. Welcome to GUFON, everybody. It is Tuesday, July 13th, 2021. Welcome to tonight's show. What time is it? Oh, man, it's already 10 after pretty much. All right, we'll get this thing going here. A lot of activity going on behind the scenes. Yes, that's right. Why am I all off? I didn't change the background for today's show. So we're going to do that. So I hope you're having a great week. It's Tuesday, the day with no feel. The day that, well, it just, something's wrong with it. You know what I mean? It's like in between Monday, where nobody likes Monday. But Wednesday, people feel encouraged because it's the middle of the week and then it's almost Friday, right? So Tuesday, boop, no feel. But I'm glad you're here to get a feel for what's going on in the world of ufology and the strange. And I want to bring it to you. So everything looks like we're right on schedule. So tonight I want to talk about something I brushed up on during this disclosure period, for lack of a better term. That it was just brushed upon, like, because of Greer and the cosmic hoax said that he believes that cattle mutilations and abductions are done by the military or private entities or whatever you want to call them. And I want to think about that for a minute, because there was a time where I looked at cattle mutilations the same way. Abductions, I really don't know what to say. What's up, Stavro? I just don't know what abductions are. See, when I do this, they call this the Corbell Jesus hands. Please believe what I'm telling you. I don't want you to believe me. I want you to do the research on your own, but at least you can get some ideas and maybe other ways of looking at stuff by listening in. And that's all we do here. We don't claim to know everything. We just talk. We're just talking here, not out our asses like some people like to do. You can't just say something and make it true. You just can't. And I want to look at this video today that was posted by some guy who seems to be up Jeremy Corbell's asshole. And he did he did an analysis on the Corbell videos, you know, the pyramid and splashdown, and the other ones that sucked. The one that it's a FLIR video, but you can clearly see this is swarming. The thing's barely moving. A swarm is when you have like you hit a beehive and they come at you. That's swarming after you. Not one object, you dummy. Anyway, we'll talk about that video. I don't know if you saw it, but it's laughable. Not only that, it's boring. But the guy tries. And I like people that try. I don't like people who suck the a-hole of Jeremy Corbell, because that's what I feel this guy's doing on the side. But other than that, we'll take a look at that. And I mean, this is really bad. Mick West, the other day, and I keep forgetting to talk about it, he did something. It says here, the only videos show in the classified UAP briefing had already been made public. That's from an AP 2 weeks. Has anyone confirmed or contradicted this? Is Gimbal really the best video they have? And then he, well, we'll talk more about that. It's an interesting tweet and some other tweets from Twitter, the UFO dumb young guns. I can't say they're dumb because some of these people are really smart. But you know when you're too smart for your own good and you shoot yourself in the foot? I mean, what's that guy's name? Neil deGrasse Hole Tyson. He's so smart, he's stupid. Either that or he's purposely saying stuff he doesn't really mean just because he wants to get the airtime on MSM. Mainstream media. Capiche? So a lot of people trying to grab that airtime on MSM, including myself. So I don't blame anybody. I want to be on that Tucker Carlson show more than I want to be here right now. I want to be out there and I want the world to hear what we've been talking about because they seem to ignore what we say. And it's about time they stop it. And when I get to LA, by God, I'm going to look for Tucker Carlson's house. No, I'm not. I'm joking. It's a joke. It's a joke. Erase. Never said. Jurassic erased that one. Never happened. I'm joking. I want to meet Tucker on the television show, and I want to hear him say, so your beef is nobody's talking to you, the public, more or less, and that we just seem to be talking. What is it that's more important that you could bring to the table? Do you have UFOs in your back pocket, Rich? Do you have an alien hidden in your home? What is it that makes it so that we should talk to you, Rich? Well, thank you for that wonderful intro, Tucker. But you haven't heard what we had to say. Well, we did, Rich. That's why we're not talking to you anymore. And I think that's why they're not talking to the public anymore, because we had 70 plus years. Well, not really. I mean, when TV came out, we did. So we've had 60 plus years talking like jerk-offs on, I come from the planet Garodides, and we flew around the Galacti. You ever see that guy's interview? We flew around the Galacti. Love that guy. Sounds like he's making shit up right on live TV. Roll call, everybody. Alien girl. One. See what I did there? Misty O. Oh, welcome to the show. Misty OC Dragons, welcome to the show. FGraph72, welcome to the show. Dark Sky Files, Rich, welcome to the show. 12 feet tall, welcome to the show. Them dots, them son of a dot drones. Chuck Bam, welcome to the show. Larky Derry, welcome to the show. Star Hunter, welcome to the show. Ms. DJ, welcome to the show. Nathan Allen, welcome to the show. Helen Crystal Energy. Mac, welcome to the show. Elena Ianu, welcome to the show. Hey, you Kurt Wyndham, welcome to the show. John P. Adventures is back. Welcome. Cheers, my friend, to the show. Hey, I can't believe you're here, Mr. Huthmacher. I was just thinking about you yesterday. I'm like, I haven't seen Mr. Huthmacher in the last several days. And here you are today. You got the calling, did ya? You got the calling, mate. Welcome. Gigi Abby Lynn, welcome to the show. Jan Wetzlar, welcome to the show. It's Wetzler. Kingfish Kebab, welcome to the show. Hey, there he is. Contributor to the show, Scott Brown in the house. Yes, sir, present and accounted for. IR Film, I don't know if I said it, I'll say it again. Welcome to Hellfire Studios. Back in action, buddy. What are you doing, man? How are you? Where is, and welcome to the show. Hey, Paul Cargo's here. Good job, man. This is nice. See, I think this earlier start might bring people who it's too late to come back to the show. There he is. Brandon Smith. I was looking for you. Welcome to the show. Den Bub, welcome to the show. Paula Bill Burr, welcome to the show. Batting. In the cleanup position. Paul. Tavares. Welcome to the show. Betty Double Kick Chick. She's welcome to the show. Egg Neck Face. Don't know if I said it. I'll say it again. Welcome to the show. And okay, here we go. Usaginami. Welcome to the show. I'm going for that. I think I said it right. Tracy Hale. Thank you for having a simpler name, but not complex. No, I said that wrong. But complex, I meant to say. Tracy Hale says, it's so strange that I finally get to see a show makes a bad day. Oh, okay. It's so strange that I finally get to see a show that makes a bad day turn into a good day. Wow. And we haven't even started, really. I can't wait. You're going to pass out from excitement in an hour. At this rate. Welcome to the show. Rob, what? Oh, Cash App. And that's why I brought the bell up. Hold on, let me pull it up. Rob, what? Let me pull it up. I leave a screen open now. Oh, did I shut it by accident? No, here it is. Okay, let me refresh. What? Wait a second. Oh, here we go. Wait, I see Wreaking Havoc with the $5 super chat. I see Wreaking Havoc, but I don't see for what. I don't see you here. Oh, Cash App. Oh. Thank you very much, Rob, for the $5 Cash App. Let me see if it came through. Yep, there it is. Thank you, man. Thank you. Mucho Generoso, Wreaking Havoc, and Rob Watt with the $5. I'm pulling up Reekins here. I think I passed it. I don't know where it went. I can't find it, but Wreaking Havoc did give a $5. Thank you, Wreaking Havoc. Sorry I didn't see it. You know what I have to do? I have to have somebody control this thing for me. But I never expect to get anything. You know what I mean? It's not like, some nights it's, there's not that much activity. So I don't really need, but if there is activity, then, he super chatted what? At the start of the show. Oh, no wonder. I was running around making coffee. Anytime you see that intro from, with the rocket and everything, that means I need an extra minute and a half. That's the only time I'm playing that. And I needed it because I was making coffee and I wasn't in here, so I didn't see it. But thank you, Wreaking Havoc. All right. Misty OC Dragons. Welcome to the show. All right, I think we're good. We spent a little bit of time on the much welcome super chats. Don't forget, it goes right into the road trip fund. And, I could stay there now 10, 11 days if we keep going at this rate. So thank you for supporting the show and the road trip fund. Can't wait to be out there next week or this weekend and all next week. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. Going to be a lot of fun. Yep, I got my coffee right here. I do, right, Stephen A? I need a gong and a ba. I don't like bongs. Not a bong guy. It's too much. It's coffee for tonight. I know some of you hate this, like Lunar Sparkles. She hates that cup. Mug. I like it because it makes people triggered. That's why I like it. I do need a steamroller. Something wrong with my shirt? Something wrong with it? I don't get it. Can we get started with the show now? Can we officially? All right. I'm talking to myself. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. You will? No, I won't. All right. Let's get this back up just in case. Yes. And we do take Super Chat, Super Sticker, PayPal, Cash App, and you can become a patron. We're now up to 20 patrons. You guys are the best supporters on the effing planet. And I say that with all due respect. Because I said effing, and it might offend people who don't like the word. So I didn't say the word. All right, let's get back to work. Now, I have things kind of set up nicely. And I just wanted to start tonight's show by showing you a little bit. Now, it's not really a political thing. It's just the state of America. And believe it or not, I showed this because it bleeds in to ufology on every level. So this is Mark Dice, and the title of this is Young Students Roast Their Liberal Teachers at School Board Meeting. I watched this when it came out about a week ago, so check it out. I just think it's funny that how weird. Like when I went to school, the only political talk or anything that had to do with anything outside of school and learning was in my business class and American history. So it's just odd. And ufology is built on this. No. Let me take that back. What did I just say? No, ufology isn't built on this. Ufology started out the wrong way from day one. And I am officially going to say that Project Blue Book was the beginning of the beginning. And that was J. Allen Hynek was told to disprove everything, give a logical explanation, scientific, swamp gas and all that stuff. It's been a lie from the day UFOs crashed into Earth, flew around Earth, were spotted on Earth, except before technology got to where we had radio, TV, now we have cell phones, everything's on a cell phone, right? The messages get around the world in lightning speed. Whereas before, Roswell, you can shut stuff down unless it goes on a radio show or an announcement, announcement being made. But it started out wrong. And somewhere along the way, people tried to correct this, and they can't. They tried to overcorrect it by lying and hoaxing, trying to get the public a voice instead of listening to scientists and your government telling you what you're seeing. And here we are again. Our government is trying to tell us what we're seeing. Lou is still being paid by the government, whether it's retirement or what. I heard he still gets a paycheck. And he always says he's not going to break his oath to the Constitution, the oath he took for national security. So he's a government guy. And what do? Especially a guy who was trained to lie. Anyway, we can't overcorrect it. We can't undercorrect it. Ufology is corrupt. And now it's landed in politics in more than one way on Twitter, Reddit, Facebook, YouTube, and so on. I'm the minority in this group. You, who's watching me, most likely are in the minority in this group. And I'm not talking about the people who are in ufology, that watch ufology, that study it, that talk about it. No, I'm talking about what you believe in. And what you and I believe in is the minority of ufology. And it's because of things like this that are being taught in our school, that it's dumbing people down, that they can't think for themselves and they become sheeple. And that's the world of ufology. I don't know what's going on with this green screen over here, right? What is that? I've never... Oh, it's this paper. Here I am. I almost pulled down the whole thing. All right, we're good. I'm going to have to tighten the screws. All right, here's the video. Mark Dice. Check it out.
Is a silver lining to the dark cloud that's been hanging over America's schools for the last year, which forced students to stay at home and engage in virtual learning, which is a literal waste of time and stunting their academic and emotional growth. That is, parents got to actually listen into the lessons and
I sound
got
like
to
Greer.
hear what it is that some of these teachers were indoctrinating their children with. Many parents are understandably upset about the systemic anti-white racism that's being spread through the form of critical race theory and Black Lives Matter propaganda, not to mention people's new problems with pronouns. Parents like the ones who showed up to this school board meeting in Virginia last night. It's not just the parents who are fed up with this foolishness. Many of the kids sense that there's something wrong with the teachers who constantly complain about America and white people, and many of them also have a very good grasp of what it is that's actually happening, like this high school freshman.
Hi, my name is Brad Taylor, and I just finished my freshman year at RHS. I've been a part of District 196 schools now for 10 years, and I'm going to give you a glimpse today of what's actually going on inside these schools. Despite the board's attempt to deny it, District 196 schools are quickly becoming a place where promoting activism is actually more important than promoting education.
Oh, that's gotta hurt. What does Lou say? There's a reason I'm playing this. What does Lou say? Come on, guys. We've been talking about this forever. Lou says, I cannot expound or whatever he says. I can't talk about this or that, but you can contact your congressman or woman. You can march in the streets. You hold the key to getting the public the message. Everything Lou says has a directive. That's your government. It's your vote. It's the people. It's whatever you want. You vote for it. Activism, not education. What's lacking in this field is education. Go ahead, Lou says. Go out and be an activist. Yeah, who? Me? Where am I going to go? And the other 3 people in Florida. Yeah, we're going to be on all 4 corners, one on each corner. Get the secret of UFOs to the public. Lou doesn't know everything. Oh, what? 4 people on the corner. There's not enough of us. And he knows it.
I'll take you back to my first day at RHS this fall. The principal came out and gave us a heartfelt speech about equality and standing together. He began to list countless races, such as Latino, Asian, expressing how much they matter and how important.
Can we say something about this field? Would you agree it's mostly white male? It's mostly white men that run this field. You know what my analytics tells me? 85.6% of the people that watch my show are white men. .9% are women. And the other 0.02% is other. Whatever that means. Hey, that goes along with the actual percentage of people who identify as male and female, 0.02% of the population. Interesting. It's not even that. I think it's 0.002 of the population. All right, let's continue. I just wanted to bring it up because race is always a trigger point for any of these fields. And if you notice, they have okay, go to the Travel Channel or whatever it is, and they have this, they have all the UFO groups. What are most of them? White males. Then you have the mixed. They usually have 3 guys, 1 girl. It's usually like that, right? They throw. And then you have all women, no men. What show is that? There is no show where it's all women. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Wait, what show out there in the paranormal is all women? Now I'm getting angry. I want to see an all-women paranormal show. Russman 1966 with a $5 super chat says, great to be watching the best channel on YouTube live for the first time. Missed the beginning by accident. Don't have a great trip, Rich. Thank you, Russman 1966. I was trying to look at your picture there, but thank you very much. I'm glad we can get you here, and with the earlier time, maybe that's why. Told you, if I go earlier, we're going to pick up some people, lose some people. I think it's going to be the same. Thank you very much. Mucho gusto, generoso, senor. Yeah. Goes right into the road trip, Kitty. Thank you very much. So, where? What? Girly ghost hunters? They're Aussie? Are they on TV? For real. Shawnee, let me say something real quick here. Are you talking to me? Because how many times have I ever brought this up? Once. Twice. No. 3 times. No. 4 times. I'm going to give you a break. 5 times in 17 years. So, I don't know if you're talking about me per se, because see, that's why I can't just jump into the conversations in the chat room. Then I get caught looking stupid, thinking I'm talking there. You're talking about me when you're talking to somebody else in the community. So I really shouldn't answer that question or that comment. Rich, guess what? Guess what? F2B interviewed Lou and Sheehan last night. Sorry, nothing new to report. Rich, guess what? Who's F2B? Who's F2B? We have to be legit. Oh, well. Thank you, Dark Sky. I'm not calling anybody out, am I? 5 times too often. It's not race baiting if you're just talking about something that's never really talked about. Grow a pair, Shawnee. Just grow a pair and stop being a snowflake. It's wrong that I'm saying there's only one show on TV with all black people? The Ghost Brothers? That's wrong of me to say? It's a fact. I love these snowflakes. They come in here, listen for 30 seconds, and I know you've been around for a while. I've seen you come and go over the 2 years. But come on, me race baiting? That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard, ever. Hey, I've dated redheads. All right, let's hear what the rest of this kid says.
They are. But never once did he mention a race or identity that reflects me, or half the kids that were in the class. To be clear, I don't need you to tell me that I matter, but hearing the condolences given to other races.
All right, I see where that's going. I didn't want to listen to the rest of this, but this girl really made news. I don't know if you saw this girl. Freaking adorable. Watch this.
The other day I was walking down the hallway at Lakeview Elementary School to give a teacher a retiring gift. I looked up onto the wall and saw a BLM poster and an Amanda Gorman poster. In case you don't know who that chick is, she's some girl who did a poem at Biden's so-called inauguration. I was so mad. I was told 2 weeks ago at this very...
2 weeks ago! This isn't for tonight. I thought it was going to... it sounded better in my head to play this, but it's not really ufology. So let's move on. But it is interesting. I want to see these shows. I want to see more men. I think, and let me tell you why. I think it's fantastic to have a woman's perspective. And let me tell you why. Guys believe too easily. Women seem more analytical to me. There's an all in Arizona. I went on a ghost hunt with an all woman ghost hunting team. It's funny that I bring it up. Didn't know I was going to go there. And they were very smart. Like I was like along for the ride kind of because they were listeners to the show. And I said, hey, they invited me to go and we went to Tombstone. And I was just like a fly on the wall watching them work. And it was one of the best research. It was one of the best research teams I've ever seen. Pretty good. They were very analytical. They didn't just believe, they hear a knock and they're like, who's there? Somebody's there. No, they're like, go check it out. And they would go check it out. Notice, the door just kept moving and from the wind. And it was hitting the frame. Nobody was scared. They all believed that the ghosts aren't here to hurt us. If they did, there are demons now. I don't want to scare Shawnee a little bit. I don't want to scare you, Shawnee. I'm going to talk about demons now. I hope I ain't demon baiting anybody. I don't want to demon bait the ghost world. But they could be aliens. Ho, ho, ho. Wow, did I just blow your mind? Are you okay? Did somebody call Shawnee? Make sure I didn't pass out from excitement. Or she, don't know. All right. Oh, this is fun. Okay. So I'm going to play 2 videos from That Is Impossible. I meant to do this last night, didn't. You know how the show goes. It just goes in any direction. But tonight I do have everything set up and I want to go through everything. So let's get to the next part here. This is That Is Impossible. Right? LaFleur. Jacques LaFleur. What's his name? Isn't it Jean LaFleur or something like that? James LaFleur. Well, I'm going to play the first one and then I'm going to backtrack to 552. So check this out. Just watch. It's all it's for, just for entertainment value. But it is interesting. We'll talk about these things.
Airplane. However, there was one intriguing sighting that happened in Colombia, in Bogota. And this time, it's not a solid object. Whatever this thing is, it seems like a black mass flying in the air. Check this out.
Muchachos, es oficial 31 de diciembre. Juzguen ustedes mismos. Mira, estamos mirando un ovni. Aquí en Engativá, muchachos.
On New Year's Eve, Andres Correa and his friends spot a bizarre object in the sky. It is as if it's a black mass and not a solid object.
¿Cómo la ven? ¿Cómo la ven?
That's pretty interesting.
In the background, you can hear some of his friends saying,
no, not interesting. I don't know, man. I don't know what that is. But at this vantage point, it almost looks like it's something from the roof. Like the fog is blocking out something. But watch this. You go back. I mean, it's always from this angle.
And this time, it's not a solid object. Whatever this thing is,
it's moving.
It seems like a black mass.
Oh, never mind.
In the air. Check this out.
Hey, that could be a cloud. I've seen clouds make crazy shapes before.
Es oficial 31 de diciembre. Juzguen ustedes mismos.
Look, everybody's looking on the street.
Aquí en Engativá, muchachos.
On New Year's Eve, Andres Correa and his friends spot a bizarre object in the sky. It is as if it's a black mass and not a solid object.
Now it's moving back.
¿Cómo la ven? ¿Cómo la ven? ¿Cómo la ven?
I love that guy, man.
In the background, you can hear some of his friends saying in Spanish, "It's a cube. It's a..."
It's pretty weird. And you see this here? It seems like when he does get focused in, there's 2 slots right there. And I don't know if that's because this is some sort of kite. But let's see something.
Cube. So whatever.
I didn't see any flags or anything else flying around to give indication of wind. But it's an interesting little UFO.
Flying in the air. Check this out.
Muchachos, es oficial, 31 de diciembre. Juzguen ustedes mismos.
So nothing here, nothing. It's pretty far away. Looks like there might be something right here. I don't know if I'm seeing some just out of the corner of my eye. You know, I'm looking right at it. It looks like there's a line that goes down there. So let's take a closer look. Could they be reeling it in? And look at this, man. It's almost like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 sides. Look, and there's, I don't know if that's a camera anomaly, but there's these notches. See these things? You can see it again.
I can't.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, you could even see when it blurs and gets back in. That's a 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6-sided, it looks like here. I don't know. All right, we got one more of these. Where do I have to go to 5? What is it? 5 minutes, 52 seconds.
I'm not sure.
What is it, dude?
I think I played this last year. These guys see something that has red eyes at a watering hole. Watch this.
Here!
Are you okay?
Dude, I think I lost it. I don't know. I think it's right behind me. I'm not sure.
What is it, dude? What is it?
I don't know. I couldn't
You need to
what it was.
jump. Come on, get in
Sounds
here with
legit.
us. You'll have to jump.
Come on,
Tom.
get
It's like, oh my gosh! Ah!
Come on, Tom. Oh, swim, man. Swim, Tom. Swim.
Tom sees the creature in the woods and swims towards the boat as fast as he can. Being that this is at night and the camera quality is very bad, it's very difficult to affirm exactly what it is that we're looking at. When Tom reaches the boat, Ruben and his friends think they're safe when this happens.
Same thing we've been seeing. That's it. Let's get out of here. Let's find out what that thing was.
Dude, turn up there. Look.
Sorry, man. We gotta go like right now. Now. There it is. There it is.
Now, whatever this thing is, it jumps into the lake and swims towards them.
Oh my goodness. That is, oh my
It's about
gosh.
to jump in the water. Are you serious?
Oh my gosh! Go! What the heck? It's chasing the boat, Tom! Go!
After watching this bizarre encounter over and over, it's very difficult to say if this is a real thing or if it's fake. However, there are a few things that we can consider, and one of them is that Ruben and his friends are really trying to capture this thing on camera, and the other thing is that their reactions really seem legit. In your opinion, could this be the real deal, or is it just a prank?
It is interesting, I must admit.
Let's find out what that thing was.
Dude, turn up there. Look.
Sorry, man.
I'm
You
trying
see
to
the
go
red eyes.
right now. Now. There it is. There it is.
Now, whatever this thing is, it jumps into the lake and swims towards them.
So you can see the outline of the body here. The head is looking down like it's wearing some sort of goggle or goggles. Look, hey, weird things happen a lot on this planet. I believe we live on a paranormal planet, not a normal planet. This place is weird with all the different type of rocks that can produce energy and the ley lines and the magnetic field. And some people say there's no gravity, but I'll say it, gravity, weaponry, HARP, the North and South Poles. This is a very strange planet. When you go into a desert, anybody who's ever lived in Arizona or the Southwest, like New Mexico, Arizona, and you see a big open field, and you've seen these on some Mars videos from the Spirit rover or Perseverance, I don't know. But you see dust devils. You can see one over here, one over there, one way over there, maybe 3 or 4 in a big vast plane. I think the Earth is like this. I can't speak. I think the Earth is, I was going to say like that. But I do. I think the Earth, with all the rocks that are being crushed through plate tectonics, creating all that energy under the ground, we've got lava, the center of the Earth, the core is spinning, creating this magnetic field that gets weaker every day. We've got effects from the moon, the solar system itself, the sun. All of these things have their effect on the planet. And I think some of these paranormal dust devils, I'll call them, they just appear here and there. And they appear here and there in the same places. I think that's why some people have objects that move in their homes or have strange shadows, things that can maybe record history. We're energy, and maybe we're being imprinted somehow into this strange paranormal world we live in. Why can't this be real? Why? If everything else is true and UFOs are real, the government said so. Yay! The government. Why can't maybe some time traveler from another dimension? Because, hey, when we set off that atomic bomb and all the other hundreds that we did when we were testing them, you know how many dimensions we must have destroyed with the hundreds of atomic bombs that were released, if you go by what Greer says? Come on, Greer. That's not true. If it was true, we would have destroyed hundreds of dimensions by now or damaged them. According to Greer, we've done more damage to these other dimensions than our own planet. Of course we have. You can't see it. Yahoo! But why can't this be real? Because people suck and they lie. But their reactions sound pretty good. And I'm going to finish off this video with a big gush to paranormal activity and weirdness.
Oh my goodness. That is,
Dude,
oh my
I think he's about
gosh.
to jump in the water. Are you serious?
Oh my gosh! What the heck? It's chasing the boat, Tom!
After watching this bizarre encounter over and over, it's very difficult to say if this is the real thing or if it's fake. However, there are a few things that we can consider, and one of them is that Ruben and his friends are really trying to capture this thing on camera, and the other thing is that their reactions really seem legit. In your opinion, could this be the real deal, or is it just a prank? And have you ever encountered anything mysterious in the middle of the woods?
Anyway, interesting from That Is Impossible. Moving along. I knew I was going to skip over this. But not this. Something is controlling activity in galaxies millions of parsecs apart. Huh? That's from Anton Petrov. Anton's cool, but...
Hello, wonderful person. This is Anton, and today we're going to be talking about yet another unusual mystery discovered in regards to nearby dwarf galaxies, or more specifically about dwarf galaxies surprisingly reacting to and also somehow being affected by various things coming from the central galaxy, or possibly from something entirely different, possibly from the mysterious cosmic web.
Of course! You know what I want to do? I want to do a show, and we'd done it a year ago, how space isn't what we think it is or what we're told it is, or maybe they just don't know what it is. Because when Voyager, right? Wasn't it Voyager that went into interstellar, now left the solar system after 40 years, right? 40-something years. They're finding out it's a little bit different in interstellar space than it is here in the solar system. It's almost thicker. Wouldn't it be weird the further away you go from the solar system and get out in the galaxy, it kind of is like water? That'd be weird if space was water. That'd be weird. Then our thrusters wouldn't work, would they? I'm just curious how we're able to keep things in orbit if there's no gravity. But there is gravity in orbit, right? We're constantly being sucked in by the Earth, right? That's why we have to keep adjusting, and the satellites are constantly being adjusted. 17,500 miles an hour. But they're finding out that interstellar space is a little bit different than the solar system. I wonder if that has to do with the rotation, the movement, the circular orbit around the sun. It's like every time the planets go around, it's like they're sweeping up dust and everything, moving shit around. Like if you were to put a marble in water and it started moving, it would create a whirlpool. So are the planets and asteroids that are in our solar system creating something like that, to where it's always scooping up dust and dirt and other rocks and keeping them close together, cleaning up the orbit? And then once you get away from all that stuff, it's a little more, I don't know. That's what they said. It's like thicker, not by much, but Anton's pretty good. This picture back here reminded me of something I want to do about the moon, because some people think the moon looks like it was hit with electricity. You ever hear that? And that there was a lightning storm or some sort of event that happened in space, and that the moon was hit by this? I'm not sure. If the moon was brought here and it is a machine, maybe it's possible it looked that way when they made it. When they were designing the Death Star, they had to put it in some sort of machine to get it to look that way. What was it? A 3D printer. It was an alien's 3D printer. That's what the moon is. It's just a fake satellite. I don't know. The moon is so freaking weird. I love the moon and I love the Mars. Why don't we call the Mars the Mars?
By the way, though, the discoveries are coming from two different studies.
Wait, why don't we call Mars the Mars?
Do not have a very good explanation.
I don't.
So first of all, let's begin with this study right here that, as always, you can find in the description below. In this particular study, the scientists decided to analyze some of the nearby dwarf galaxies, taking a look at what happened to all of them in the last 6 billion years or so. Now, you might be already aware that various large galaxies, such as the Andromeda that you see right here, or the Milky Way that's right here, all possess a lot of different dwarf galaxies in their orbit. The most famous dwarf galaxy in orbit of the Milky Way, or technically it's actually a pair, is the galaxy you see right there. That's the Large Magellanic Cloud, but also its partner, Small Magellanic Cloud, that also orbits around the Milky Way.
All right, I can't do this. This is just too much jargon. I can't play it enough to get the point across in a quicker way. It's just too much to go through. The link will be in the description. I knew that was going to happen. I was going to play this the other day or yesterday where we talked about Elizondo getting stumped with questions on Dr. J Radio. This was the next part of the video. It's actually pretty cool. And since we're talking about other planets and the solar system and whatnot, I thought it would be interesting to watch this, the Eye of Horus on Mars, with some panel members from Third Phase of Moon.
Gene Ward has submitted to me incredible Google Mars imagery that relates to construction built on Mars that resembles construction on Earth in regards to the Egyptian pyramids. What's it all about? We've got a special panel tonight with Dave Scott from Spaced Out Radio. We're going to go out to Los Angeles and speak with Opala Asteria. She's been to Egypt and she's looking over these discoveries right now. It's going to be an incredible update from her. And we're also going to go to Arizona with Doc Skinner and get his insight, including Dr. J. It's going to be an incredible ride tonight. Hang on, everybody. We also got my brother Brent Cousins with me. Let's get to it and take a look at Gene Ward's evidence. We're going to break it down.
and that object is about 50 meters in length and about 8 meters wide. And if we zoom in on it, we can see it consists of this larger part with this funny scoop in front.
Okay, because I'm not on the panel, I didn't do this one for some reason. My main question was this. Out of all of these rocks, all of these, there's only one that looks like the Eye of Horus, or what is it? A cicada? A cherub. A cherub? Yeah. Is the Eye of Horus? Are we talking about the Eye of... Yeah, we do. I couldn't remember. But that's it. Out of all of these rocks, there's only one. Come on. There should be 20 of them if they worshipped it.
And about 8 meters wide.
That's all I want to say.
And if we zoom in on it, we can see it consists of this larger part with this funny scoop.
Wouldn't have first things is supposed to is
once life on Mars.
Mars that I've
But now that I look at it a little closer, there is some abnormalities in the size and shape of it. So now that he compares it to the scarab beetle, wow, this
is it a scarab? I thought it was a cherub.
A research
Sheriff
trip in Egypt 3 years ago, and I bought a little scarab beetle stone, very much like the one up in the right-hand corner here.
Shimonide?
And it does look exactly like that.
Dave Chappelle?
I do have to admit that it looks very much the same.
Let's go out to
Shaka
Arizona.
Khan.
Doc Skinner. What's your insight on this one, Doc?
All right, so we're looking at this image that's in looks like a debris field of rocks. Now he focuses in on this one that we're going to call the scarab. And what's wild is he says we're going to focus in on that, but there's a rock off to the right that I actually want to see. It looks like an alien's face upside down. I don't know. That's just me. You know, there's that weird mental thing where you can see things in
Pareidolia.
objects, so I don't know. But this is he zooms in on this one object that looks like a gigantic carving of a...
All right, let's get to the next thing. This is what I wanted to talk about anyway.
On Mars. Look, there are some strange anomalies.
No, not that. That's still the scarab.
Rainstorms, snowstorms, whatever the climate is on Mars.
Snow?
But we don't know.
Then the other anomaly we're checking out is right there. This measure is about 510 meters across. And up close, it looks pretty much like the Eye of Horus. We can see the eyebrow there, 2 eyelids and the pupil inside. And we can compare it to that
Tune turntables, a woofer, a
pendant,
mic. I learned how to rock like I thought I would.
Egyptian
What?
skyboard, as Horus is known.
All right, in this image, we'll call it the Eye of Horus. All right, it is, when zoomed in, something that looks like the Eye of Horus, and you have an eyebrow. There's no denying.
Wait. Let's not forget. See there, everybody's forgetting the rest of this thing. Down here, maybe. I think this is where you land, and then the little trolley takes you around the city, right? And then you get out right around here, and you go walk and shop in the underground malls on Mars. That's what this is. It's a mall.
Like. And
it's a Mars mall.
Ridge at the top.
That's the parking structure. Come on.
Creating the eyebrow is different from the rest of the natural structure. Now, I'm looking at it thinking, okay, those are cliffs going down into a cavern. You know, it could be runoff, and those are like the runoff lines. That's a possibility. Now, as he zooms out, we look at it. Yes, there are large monuments that can only be seen from space, but the fact that this has been pressed up against a gigantic other structure just something doesn't fit right with me on this one. It could be that thing where you look into things and you can see what you want to see. I don't know, but up close, it is.
That's race baiting.
It does look like the Eye of Horus. Hands down, will not deny. But the fact that if it was done on purpose, why did they press it up against this other large plateau structure? I don't know. It kind of throws me off. So this one, I don't know.
And that about wraps it up for
Thank
Third
God.
Phase UFO Report. I want to thank everybody for hanging out. The panel. It won't turn off. Jean Ward and Lou Elizondo on Dr. J Radio Live. I'm
There we
Rich
go.
Giordano. A little delay on there. That was weird. I never had that happen like that before. Let's go back. Just look at this. I mean, I'm all for, trying to figure out. It is odd. It's an odd looking thing. So what I think happened was, and I'm probably wrong, okay? I think this used to be a lake bed or a sea or an ocean, and something hit right here, and maybe there was another rock that hit and evaporated all of the water here, and it kept a little pool over here. And there was water that went around the edge here, and it evaporated, and it left this and this. That's what I think happened. I think this was like an island. This was a little alcove. It's pretty interesting, though, for Mars. It is. It's weird. It's weird. That's why we're talking about it. It does look like the Eye of Horace Grant, who used to play for the Chicago Bulls. And Orlando Magic. All right, let's get into UFOs. Thank you, Third Phase of Moon. All right, time to get frustrated.
Pretty obvious collection of balloons.
From Mr. MBB 3333333.
Not anything nefarious or
And he does a pretty good job, and it's nefarious, not nefarious. Thank you. Sorry, I'll be here all night.
Pretty obvious collection of balloons. Not anything nefarious or mysterious. That is simply a collection of balloons.
Is it nefarious?
Drifting slowly and uniformly through the sky. It's not erratic, bouncing up and down, moving right to left. It's just cruising through the daytime
It's an ostrich.
sky. So that's a pretty clear example of balloons in the sky.
These are the flying ostriches that we're seeing over Uganda.
That video
I'm
was
joking. It's balloons.
taken by Matthew T. from Venice, Florida. Thank you, Matthew. Have another video of an
Wait,
object in the
wait a
daytime
second.
sky.
He talks about
Florida. Pretty easy to identify. A collection of balloons drifting through the sky. This is out over the Gulf of Mexico, looking to the west.
So why even post it? You know what I mean? Like, oh, I think I know why. Okay, watch the next video. He's teaching us. He's teaching.
I have another video of an object in the
Watch.
daytime sky. This video footage was taken by Angela. Not sure of the location, but there's a bright white object moving slowly, also uniformly through the daytime sky. It's not moving erratically right to left. That's camera movement that you're seeing right there. But
I like that he calls strings payload. Payload. Just call it what it is, Jack. Rope, string, payload.
notice underneath this
I've got to be different. I'm Michael Bombardo. I've got to be different than everybody, whatever his name is.
object right here. You got to pay close attention. I'm going to zoom in and slow it down.
Payload.
You're going to see a payload, some sort of a
Shut
long
off.
rope underneath what appears to be yet another balloon. If this were any farther away, you probably wouldn't be able to see that. But this is clearly, see it right there? See it hanging down? That's some sort of a balloon, possibly a weather balloon up there collecting data. That happens all the time.
It's a regular balloon, you nut. Sometimes you feel like sometimes you don't. But he's showing us this for a reason. Watch.
Montebello area, looking out over East LA. Not necessarily the case here. You're going to see two objects, one go right at the other. One's black, one's white, and they appear to be
That's
rotating
racist war.
in the daytime
Race baiting,
sky.
race baiting. I hope Shawnee's okay. I hope he's okay. Turn off your monitor for 5 minutes.
They're not necessarily behaving like the other two videos that we just saw that
Whoa,
were
watch
clearly balloons. These caught Vic's attention, and he was compelled to take a video of whatever these objects are. You don't see an obvious payload underneath these objects.
Okay, seriously. Enough with the payload talk, dude. It's string. It's the eye on Mars. It made it to Earth. That's hilarious, actually. Who said that? Quad control? That's funny. It's good action right there. Pull the payload. Exactly, Off-World Adam. Look at me trying to help. I'm hungry too, Blue Chicken. Whoa, Felicia. Wow. I better not keep that on the screen or Shawnee may pass out from anger.
Objects, they don't necessarily look exactly like balloons. These are a little...
No. He just showed us a white dot that looked just like this one and called it a balloon. Yeah? But these don't look anything like balloons. Are you kidding me, Michael? That's a balloon. It's just probably blue.
Exactly like balloons. These are a little more difficult to identify.
Why? Because they don't have a payload hanging? What do I have? A payload? Do men have payloads? Hey, guys, no more penises. We've got payload. We've got payloads in our pants. That's actually, I like that for the peen. I like that a lot. Do you want to see my payload?
Almost looks like it's got a light on it, or it could be...
it couldn't be a reflection of the sun off of a balloon, could it? Well, because this one's got a little black to it. That's racist. Oh, look, it's changing. That's because this is probably hitting the sun, or there's two balloons.
Reflection, but I do not see a payload.
It's a reflection.
That one, I'm assuming that's some sort of a bird that went through the field of view.
It's some sort of a bird. Not a bird, some sort of bird. The ones with 3 heads, 6 legs. Some sort of bird. And he's just teaching us. All right, here's the next one. This one's making the news, and it shouldn't. I'm embarrassed that this is even going to be on GUFON, but it's for learning purposes. So hold on. 5, 4, 3.
Taken and sent in by Miriam. You're going to see a helicopter square off with a unidentified object.
Okay, yeah, that's enough. Square off. Like a showdown, Michael? Boy, this guy's really trying to juice up shit.
In the daytime
He's worse than
sky. You
Jaime.
see it right there. And this one here has similarities to the objects we just saw over in...
But this one can't be a balloon because the helicopter's going around it. No.
East LA. It's kind of black and white, appears to be rotating, and this helicopter appears to be very interested in this thing.
No.
See how it's kind of doing a circle around the object in the sky? If that were just some random balloon, I don't even think it would pay any attention to it. But
first of all, this is just chance. There's probably a street, which we don't see, right below the helicopter. Anytime there's an accident or some sort of activity that may be newsworthy, these helicopters come out. And at night, they have spotlights and they look for criminals or watch the activity, right? But here we are in the daytime. This thing is just going around and there happens to be a balloon in the sky. That's all. It probably doesn't. You know how hard it is to see a balloon? I know because I did it with the drone. It's very, very difficult. And I wasn't that far away from the balloon and I couldn't see it with the drone. Remember? And then when I did get close enough, it was just a dot. No way that helicopter saw that thing. This balloon is way closer than that helicopter. You can tell in certain angles. First of all,
action and took this.
If a helicopter was that close to a balloon, there would be a whirling wind around it. Look how big that looks compared to this. If that's a balloon, it would be about 10 feet, 8 feet big, right? Could it be? Sure, it could be. But I don't think, see, that helicopter isn't lower than 500 feet, I don't think. That balloon could easily be at 500 feet. Easily. That could be a helicopter looking at a balloon or a UFO. Interesting, yes, but unlikely, mostly. I just don't buy it.
Shared it with me. I'm simply sharing it with you guys. That is a very rare observation in the daytime sky.
Yeah, but when you slow it down, it makes it look more compelling. But when it's seen in the regular speed, it really isn't as compelling as Michael makes it sound.
Really square off with what appears to be some sort of a UFO.
Sure. Just pick a spot. Anytime it lines up with it, you can say, yeah. Instead of the reality is there's most likely something happening below the helicopter. They don't call helicopters out for tiny objects like this. Do you know what I mean? Nobody reported that white dot in the sky and said, hey, there's something flying above our house. Get a helicopter over. By the time the helicopter got there, it would be gone, right? Because it is moving. And number two, the odds that this is a UFO are 1 in a million. Is this the 1 millionth? Do you really believe it? I'm telling you, I want to believe it. It looks good, but there's no way in hell that that helicopter sees that little dot. No way. This is just chance that the balloon is there. The helicopter seems to be swirling around it. It's just chance.
Oh, an unidentified object in the daytime sky that does not.
If somebody called it in, look, that helicopter came from, for what was the purpose of the helicopter going there? Right? People just don't take helicopters up to go look at UFOs. That just doesn't happen unless there's a TV show being made. Is that what we're seeing here? No, I doubt it. So then you have to think, okay, why is the helicopter there? We don't know why it's there, but why would it be there? Well, logic, because of either a car crash, criminal activity, or somebody needs rescuing, something like that. That should be on the news. Now, if somebody called in and said there's a white unidentified flying object over XYZ location and they sent the helicopter out there, that would be on the news. That would be newsworthy, and it wasn't. Because that's a public call. That goes in and is relayed to the police, right? There's people with scanners all the time listening to that shit. That would have come up. More people would have known about it. What are the odds that's a balloon? That's a UFO? 1 in a million? 1 in a trillion? This is all bullshit. I'm telling you, there's too many variables. That helicopter just didn't come out of nowhere for this. I know I'm spending a lot of time on it, but it makes me angry.
Not appear to have a payload hanging underneath it.
Oh, you son of a bitch and your payload.
Some of the video footage I showed you earlier that we could definitely decipher, hey, that's a balloon.
Oh my God, dude, just because there's no payload, just because there's no string doesn't mean it's not a balloon. Well, Michael's trying to get views. Let's watch it one more time. You tell me. In regular speed, I think.
square off with a unidentified object in the daytime sky. You can see it right there. And this one here has similarities to the objects we just saw over in East LA. It's kind of black and white, appears to be rotating, and this helicopter appears to be very interested in this thing. See how it's kind of doing a circle around the object in the sky? If that were just some random balloon, I don't even think it would pay any attention to it. But for some reason, it's circling the object.
So now he's doing what a lot of people do. They think they know the intentions of the helicopter. How would he know? He's not listening in on a scanner. He's not in direct contact with them. Anyway, that's what we have to deal with in this field. Next. Mars anomalies and beyond. This is actually interesting.
Sure what this stuff.
No, not playing it. Damn it. I know what this is. Yeah, forget it. All right, let's get to. So here's a tweet. Let me get rid of this. Here's a tweet from Mick West. I believe, no, it's from Zach Zichy about Mick West. So let's get into that. He says, solid catch here by Mick West, and it's worth asking this. The only videos show in the classified UAP briefing had already been made public. Mike Rotunda with a $5 super chat says, love the new time slot, Rich. Did you ever hear Cliff Stone? Yes, I have heard the interview. What do you think about him? Honestly? Thank you for the $5 super chat. Goes right into the road trip fund and anything else we do. It's all GUFON. I don't like Clifford Stone. Because I don't believe him. He just seems like he's lying. And the things that he says really aren't proven. Nah, not a big fan. Oh, wait, Clifford Stone. Hold on, I'm thinking of Philip Corso. Why do I get them two mixed up? Sorry about that, Mike. Hold on a second. Clifford Stone. Why can't I can't remember what he's about. Hold on, let me see something here. I can't think right now. Once I see his face, I'll remember. Let me pull it up. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like Clifford Stone. There's a video I was going to play tonight with him. I think he was just in an interview or there was an interview with him. His last interview, I'm not sure. I think this is it. Yeah, this is last year. I don't know, man. I'm on the fence about Clifford Stone. I believe him more than I believe other people. But, yeah, the Russian stories, right. Right. Thank you. B. Baker pretty much said it all. There's something about his information. It's true. It's never verifiable. And anybody... Never mind. But I just don't trust the guy. We'll have to do something on Clifford Stone real soon. Anyway, back to this Mick West thing. So no ET, no answers. Intel report is inconclusive about UFOs. U.S. officials who briefed reporters on condition of anonymity said there were no clear indications that the sightings could be linked to alien life. There is also no definitive linkage of sightings to potentially unknown technology of an adversary like Russia or China. It's clear that we need to improve our capacity to further analyze remaining UAP observations, even as we accept that there are some limits to our capacity to characterize and understand some of the observations that we have. Oh, I thought that was him, one official said. I thought Mick West said that for some reason. The report was published online and delivered to the House and Senate Intelligence Committees with a classified annex. Lawmakers were given a briefing last week on the investigation. One person who attended the classified briefing and spoke on condition of anonymity said that lawmakers were given little information beyond what's publicly available and that the only videos shown had already been made public. The report lists 5 potential categories, including the possibility of foreign adversaries flying unknown technology to events occurring naturally in the atmosphere. What? 5 potential categories, including the possibility of foreign adversaries. So China, Russia would be flying unknown technology to events occurring naturally in the atmosphere? So our adversaries are taking their advanced technology to naturally occurring events in the atmosphere? But only one instance was categorized as airborne clutter and believed to be a large deflating balloon. The rest are uncategorized because of the lack of information. That includes 3 instances of potential sightings captured on videos that were declassified and released in recent years. Yeah. We know. Big deal. And then Mick says, that's from an AP story 2 weeks ago. Has anyone confirmed or contradicted this? Is gimbal really the best video they have? No. Why would he even ponder that thought and make that even public? Doesn't he know? Doesn't he believe Lou Elizondo? Lou Elizondo says that he's seen better evidence than what we've seen on the gimbal, Go Fast, and Tic Tac. He's seen it. He's also talked to Lockheed Martin and asked how advanced are they, but he can't divulge any more information than that he did talk to them, to Lockheed. You know, because maybe it's Lockheed Martin. Maybe it's one of those companies. The Bigelow Aerospace. Maybe it's Bigelow. Maybe it's Elon. Maybe Elon Musk has a hand in ufology. Don't you think? I think he donates money somehow, some way. Anyway, just an interesting thing on what Mick West said. Oh, I'm getting a message. No, that's not the one I thought. Oh, okay. What is this? This comes from Scott Brown. He says, I got a video and a message from the founder of the Dutch UFO Reporting Center, which turned out to be a hoax. First red flag. No other witnesses in a very populated area. Second red flag. The witness virtually no reaction to the object. And then finally this. I am the founder of the Dutch UFO Reporting Center. We just got in a UFO report June 30th with a too good to be true video. My first red flag is my first red flag is that it is hanging above the Dutch Parliament. So that could be a socially critical joke. And my second red flag is that the shape of the object is almost identical to the alien craft from Arrival. Can anyone with a little CGI background give me a hand? Oh my God. Seriously? The witnesses stated, what is this again? I saw this on my way to work this morning about 8 a.m. It also disappeared as soon as I started filming, a large black orb hovering over the second room. After putting the image through different filters, there are strong indications that the object was added to the video afterwards. Yeah, looks like it to me. So that's a hoax. But here's the thing. here's what I want from people. I don't have the software anymore, but I'll get it. But when people debunk stuff like Mick West shows how he's debunking something. So when somebody debunks something and calls it CGI, I want to see how you got that answer. I want to see it. Anybody can just say it. And most likely you'll be right. Because what are the odds that that thing isn't from the movie Arrival being added in, to the video? Because it looks just like it. I mean, really does. It's it. I mean, in my opinion, that's got to be it. So it's easy to say because 99% of the time, it isn't what we think it is. And that's a shame. It is. It's a shame. Seriously. Anything in the UFO field, anything, sucks. That's why I get so angry with this field. Hey, Hellfire Orbital just became a Patreon. Thank you very much. Thank you, Hellfire. Super Generoso. That's 21 now. Thank you very much, man. That's awesome. You're going to be glad you did that. Because you'll see. See what I did there? I'm not even sure. I touched my nose. I'm not a good liar. I did have an itch. I can't thank you enough. Thank you. So our friend, you know who our friend is. It's UFO Jesus. He's a friend of the show. Nah, he's not yet, is he? He's not. I wish he was a friend of the show. We'd have good conversations with UFO Jesus. Absolutely. Post Disclosure World is his channel. But he was on Twitter and he says, let's discuss the UFO threat narrative. I thought this was rather entertaining.
I want to talk about the UFO threat narrative for just a moment. First of all, I want to say that it's perfectly okay and spiritual and enlightened for people to think of UFOs as a potential threat and to explore the various ways they could be a threat. Just as it's perfectly enlightened and spiritual and reasonable to talk about how they could be a potential opportunity. It seems to me some within the UFO community are extremely sensitive to people talking about UFOs within the framework of a potential threat.
Is he talking about us? Is he talking about me? Is he talking about third phase of Moon? Greer? You bet your ass he is. What do you think he was doing here? I don't care. I said I understand the threat. I don't know if it's towards us, but we used to not like that. As a matter of fact, I agree that UFOs are a threat. I've changed a little bit, a lot. I don't agree with the Lou on everything, but they could be a threat. I just don't like that you want to teach the public about UFOs and you're talking about them being a threat. Well, that's because that's the only way you can get funding to protect the threat. Stupid. Protect the threat. Protect us from the threat, you dummy. See, I call myself a dummy. I said something stupid. Dummy. It was an accident, but I corrected it. We want to protect ourselves from the threat. But man alive, you couldn't come out with the worst narrative to get the public interested. However, anytime I talk to somebody who watches the news, they say the same thing. Are we going to be attacked by aliens? Well, that guy who's always so serious, he acts like it's the end of the world. That's what I hear. And then I explain it to them and they're like, oh, that's it. Now they're not interested anymore. But UFO Jesus has got a problem with people having their own way of thinking. Do as I say, not as I do. Isn't it that side of the world? That's the side. That's the one that worries me, not him. It's just that the narrative. Yeah, it is a problem for me to come out and say it's a threat. If you want to teach the freaking public what UFOs are. This is why I want Lou to rip off the Band-Aid and screw national security. You are not going to tell us anything that will violate national security because you don't know shit. And now he's sitting there laughing if he's watching this and he's going to go, this kid doesn't know any. Kid, I'm the same age as you. This guy doesn't know anything. I understand that the military calls them a threat. If anything, if a strange new bird flew into our airspace and we couldn't get a lock on it with radar and it was shooting fire out every now and then, yeah, we would think that would be a threat. Even if it wasn't shooting fire, they would think it was a threat. I get it. I get that's what their military does. But Lou says he's all about what? Getting to the bottom of this. Justin, hey, thank you for the $14.99 super chat that says, have a good trip, Rich. Another contributor more than once. Thank you very much, Justin. You didn't have to do that. But thank you. Goes right into the road trip fund. Mucho gusto, generoso, Justin. So giddy up, so. Grazie, grazie. Hi, First Floor Audio. Oh, more Jesus.
To the point where it comes off as a little bit extreme from my perspective.
So he just got done saying that. Oh, let's back it.
In the framework of a potential threat, to the point where it comes off as a little bit extreme from my perspective. Let me draw a quick parallel. I took the COVID-19 vaccine, of which I have no regrets whatsoever. But I also have no problem whatsoever if a scientist like Brett Weinstein wants to discuss the potential risk factors for taking the COVID-19 vaccine. Yet some of the people that are so sensitive to the threat narrative come across as the exact same people who would want to keep Brett Weinstein from being able to broach and discuss the potential harms that the COVID-19 vaccine could potentially have. I think some people have it in their head that if we discuss the potential threat capabilities of UFOs, this is going to justify the US government creating this huge threat narrative and waging war on UFOs, which is
That's not it.
Utterly ridiculous.
Nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that. Who's saying that? I haven't heard anybody talking about whether or not what Lou says is a threat, UFOs are a threat, is waging a war against aliens. I just saw something. Tim dropped this $20 super chat, and within not even 5 seconds, it was gone off my screen. If I turned my head, I wouldn't have seen it. But thank you very much, Tim Tinsent, for the $20 super chat right into the road trip fund. Thank you very much, man. Super generoso, mucho gusto. No, there's no sticker, no, just pure adrenaline. Thank you very much, Tim. Another continuing supporter of GUFON. Thank you. Thank you. Look, Mike, yours just went off my screen in 2 seconds. Mike says he is so fake and never makes any sense. Nobody says that. He really doesn't know what he's talking about. Right. Unless he's listening to people that I don't listen to, and that's very possible. But I have yet to see anybody talking about raging a war with aliens. In the very beginning, when Lou came out and was talking about the threat, it was discussed, but that was dropped as soon as we figured it out. Oh, this is what Lou's doing. This is why Lou's saying this. It's all about controlling the narrative and getting that funding. Now, when you try to get funding from the government to the private sector, isn't that still our money that's going into a non-government? Why would the government do that? Well, the reason the government would do that, because this way we can't FOIA request any government stuff that's going on. Hey, guys, you can FOIA request shit all freaking day. Doesn't mean you're going to get it. And I think it's wrong to think that just because you can't FOIA request it, it is not government built, that it's going to a private corporation, so you can't FOIA request it. Do you know how many things have been FOIA? FOIA is FOIA, Freedom of Information Act. That is when you are requesting the documentation of what your government is doing. That's supposed to be transparency. So let me tell you something. You can FOIA request shit all day. Doesn't mean you're going to get it. So don't you think it makes sense that it's not going to be going to a private corporation, but it's going to be going right back into the government under something, we can't prove? It'll be going under Homeland Security, something or another. They'll make it something. Wow, we're getting a major thunderstorm. I literally just felt the house shake from thunder. But I think I've been wrong too. And I can't believe me. But it's okay. That's why we keep having the discussion. Every now and then, you can see where you make mistakes and correct them too. I think I was wrong on that. People forgot them or they don't exist, they tell me. Yet I'm looking right at it. I know what happened, and you're telling me that video doesn't exist? Or that documentation doesn't exist? What I think the problem someday may happen is that somebody will do a FOIA request and get it. And get the right information. So far, they haven't gotten it. John Greenwald has been doing it since he's 15. What is he, like 45 now? He doesn't always get what he wants. It's interesting. So the claw is going to continue speaking. And thank you for the super chats. Mucho gusto generoso. Road trip fun.
You should not conflate people having the right and the reasonableness to talk about a potential threat component of UFOs with, oh, now the U.S. government's going to have justification to wage war with aliens. Ridiculous.
Where in God's name is that narrative? Who's saying this? I'm going to continue. I already talked.
Abductions, cattle mutilations, and injuries from the technology itself all may be real. And so when people are concerned about UFOs to some extent, that's completely reasonable. Furthermore, if the U.S. government ever started creating this huge threat narrative and they couldn't back it up with concrete evidence, I'd be the first one to speak out about how ridiculous that is. Ultimately, we have to give governments and we have to give people room to express their concerns.
Who's stopping this guy from getting his thoughts out? Remember in the beginning of his video, he said, why are people trying to silence this person? Nobody is. Nobody is. Nobody is. Everybody has the room to talk. I can talk. You can talk. This guy who's talking about whatever can talk.
About UFOs. It's a covert intelligence. It's not telling us what it wants or what it does overtly. So that leaves a lot of room for us to speculate. It's a vacuum of truth. As we move forward, we're not all going to agree on what UFO intelligence means for humankind. And that's probably a good thing and not a bad thing as some would have you believe.
I want to watch the beginning one more time.
I want to talk about the UFO threat narrative for just a moment. First of all, I want to say that it's perfectly okay and spiritual and enlightened for people to think of UFOs as a potential threat and to explore the various ways they could be a threat. Just as it's perfectly enlightened and spiritual and reasonable to talk about how they could be a potential opportunity. It seems to me some within the...
Hey, Chris. The $2.2 trillion by Rumsfeld came out. That was a day or two before 9/11. not after. It was before the $2.2 trillion was missing, which was in Building 7, I think, right? All the records were in Building 7. We should have a discussion about 9/11 on September 11th. Yeah. What is it, 20 years? 20 years. He does, Cloudy with a Chance of UFOs. Yes. Over dramatizing things is when you talk faster or use your hands or both. Although I understand what UFO Jesus is saying there, Ryan. His name's Ryan Robbins, Post-Disclosure World. I understand what he's saying, but I don't know why he's saying it. I just thought it was weird. That's all. Very strange way of thinking for that guy. Here's a video that came in from Jen Brown. She's a good friend of the show, sends me some strange things from the ISS. Now, she said she caught something strange from the ISS. She attached a grab for me to show you guys of the cam view and also the video. So we get a perspective of where Earth is in this picture. The mechanical arm that you're going to see, well, I don't know if you see it, move downwards through, by the time the sun was visible, you'll see the video. A light moves from behind the main sunbeam that you're going to see. Let me pull this up real quick. Oh, I see what she did. All right. So let me show you what this is from. This whole thing. Okay. So we're in this area here. So let me show you the video. What did I do with the video? Huh. Oh, I've got a lot more to show you guys. Here it is. All right. Nothing super dramatic. Just take a look. I'm trying to get it bigger. There we go. Oh. Shut off. Watch up here. That's it. Told you. Something appeared and then disappeared. Just a dot. Nothing fantastical. Nothing magical. Really. That's it. It's just weird that it comes and goes. Maybe I'm not explaining it right. A light moves from behind the main sunbeam that is vertical. And this isn't lens flare. Those are obvious. It moves slowly and steady as the station and sun move. This is a light way above Earth that is bright enough to be seen moving close to a solid sunbeam, directly coming from the sun's direction. Oh, I see. It's very strange. And I will enjoy California big time. I did speak to the Cousins brothers today. And it looks like they're, I don't know if they've done it yet, but possibly we'll be meeting with IRL Rosie and Apollo Asteria. So who knows what kind of adventures they're going to get into. I know there will be an interview. I know the Cousins brothers will be interviewing one or both of them, or none of them if they don't show. But they're having fun. The weather's great. They were driving around in a, what is Elon Musk's car? What is that thing called? They have that car. I can't think. Hold on, we got more to go. Another tweet. Oh, wow. Jamie Newfer tweet from Jamie Newford Zerpgod? Why do I have this? It's about Bob Lazar? Okay, he says, I will play. His name and number is in the Los Alamos lab directory. It's his name, but is it okay, I wanted to talk about this. That's right. Let's talk a little Bob Lazar, okay, for a second. It's been a while. It's been a minute. I'm not a big fan. I don't believe Bob Lazar is even his name anymore. Look, there could have been somebody named Bob Lazar. Doesn't mean it's him. Number 2, his name written in cement at the lab at the base of a device he installed. Have we seen that? Number 3, scientist at Los Alamos corroborates he worked there as a physicist. Los Alamos paper stating employment as a physicist. Christopher Mellon confirming on Joe Rogan he did hear Bob actually worked at Area 51. Disputes position. Number 6, he built a rocket car. Number 7, he built a hydrogen fuel cell Corvette. Number 8, he has a lab and owns a scientific equipment and I don't know what this means. But didn't he also own a brothel? He was a recluse and irresponsible adult. It's no wonder the government chose him to work at S4. Worst decision ever. If you believe he worked there. Phone book. Could be anybody named Bob Lazar. Do you know Bob is a very popular name? There's more than one Bob Lazar on the planet if that's his real name. What if Bob Lazar isn't Bob Lazar? What if he's Chip Huntington? He looks like a chip. He does look like a Bob. That's for sure. Have we ever seen Bob Lazar's birth certificate? Have we ever seen that? Have we ever matched up his fingerprint, toe print, anything to prove it's him? I don't think so. I don't know if it's him. Really? So ponder this from Daniel Sheehan. You know the guy with the hair, the white hair, the lawyer for Elizondo, and I think Greer still. He says, someone materializes in your living room and you wonder what kind of shoes they're wearing. It's a hilarious quote. Apparently, Sheehan is emphasizing the importance of focusing on the question of who is flying UFOs and what's their agenda. It's not just about technology. This tweet was from Post-Disclosure World as well. So someone materializes in your living room and you wonder what kind of shoes they are wearing. Yeah, I wonder what everything they're wearing. That's what people should be doing. See, these lawyers, they really know how to say shit. I don't know why, but I don't know why Sheehan is a lawyer involving himself in ufology anyway. I don't like it. He was irrelevant 20 years ago. He's still irrelevant today, but more relevant than ever because of the strangeness that surrounds him, especially that smiling weird guy. Remember? Oh my God. I mean, that guy was just there. It was so bizarre. I mean, that's what he was doing. He thought he was Bracco. Bracco, the guy who goes out to the... You don't know who Bracco is? How do you not know Bracco? Bracco is amazing. Hold on, where is it? Oh, there he is.
I heard about.
Are you not familiar with the Bracco gaze? No, not the gaze, his look. You're not familiar with this guy. We've talked about Bracco a couple of times here. Actually did a full segment on him. For those of you who don't know, Bracco's gaze reaches hearts through live streaming now. He thinks he's like Jesus, right? And he walks out to a crowd of people who've paid $10 to see him. And he gets up walks like 2 or 3 steps up on a pedestal. And he stares and he gazes at people. $25. Where did I miss this? Esoteric Review. Here it is. I turned my head for a second. Thank you very much for the $25 super chat. Supporting your trip, fun brother. See you there in LA. We should chat about my bad experiences with Robert. Esoteric Review. Yes, I keep forgetting to call you. That's Darcy Weir. You didn't have to do that. Yes, I hope you're there because I think you're leaving the day I arrive. I'll have to call you either after the show or tomorrow, whatever's better. I heard a little bit about what Robert. Now, Jaime, I'm interested too because I've had not personally, but I've seen bad shit with Jaime go down. Okay. Wow, thank you, man. You didn't have to do this. Phenomenal. Thank you. I owe you dinner or something. I hope you're there for at least one day we can hang out. Thank you, man. Darcy Weir, Esoteric Review, who, by the way, you can find now on Third Phase UFO Report. He has posted 2 podcasts, discussions, and they were very interesting. So go check it. Actually, hold on a second. Well, let me finish the gaze here. Thank you, man. Thank you, Darcy. That's just like mucho gusto, generoso, super, super generoso, road trip fun. So I have to say it. This guy's beautiful. He's a beautiful man. I want to hold his hand. That's the Jesus guy. That's him.
To be a conduit for that energy.
Look at that gaze.
To come into the United Nations and to be shared.
Look at what is the look, woman, man. 2 men out of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 people. Oh, I think that's a woman. Yeah, that's a woman. I see an earring. Could be. I know this person. Is that Sister Managuchi? Why do I know this woman?
Shared with every country of the world.
I like this guy. Are you shitting me? I've got the same haircut as Bracco. Why can't I be making tens of thousands of dollars just staring at people? The guy's job is to stare at you. What do they call that? Hand over fist. Mucho dinero for Bracco. Check this out.
You can also be an instrument of peace.
I have to admit, that's a nice white shirt, though. I enjoy that white shirt. It's pretty nice. I don't think that is cut. Look at the rings. Dude, this guy's styling. You know who this is? It's Dave Mustaine from Megadeth. He just cleaned up a little and got taller.
Be an instrument of peace.
Bracco, my Bracco. He's gonna come and he's gonna step up on the pedestal and he's gonna stare at you. He is? You're gonna feel such a love. My friend, this is not a fake or a hoax. Jaime? Hey, I sound like him, but it's not me. This a guy. He can look into your soul and make you feel a brand new. Check it out. Oh, there he goes. Look at this guy. Get up on that pedestal. What? This guy's wearing $150 jeans. Those are $200 jeans. It looks like he got attacked by tiny children. Oh, this is a beautiful man. Look at the gaze of a Bracco. You can feel his love. You can feel his energy. You can feel a lot of things. But one thing that you feel with the Bracco is a love. A lot of love, warmth, compassion. This is a man of a great, great, great strength. I'm gonna do Bracco. I'm gonna do Bracco. You ready? Let's do it. Yeah, I got the hat on and everything, but it's just ready. I can't stop laughing. Hold on. I want to do Bracco. I'm gonna be Bracco. Hold on. I can't stop. All right, let me be Bracco. Shush. All right, this is me being Bracco. I can't do it. Never mind. I can't do it. This happened the last time I tried doing Bracco. All right. Never mind. Wait, hold on. I think I'm done laughing. Shut it. Concentrate. Okay, here we go. Hold on, I'm almost done. Hold on, you ready? It's the best I can do. The camera has to get really close to your face. See? Look at him laughing. Did you see that? He's trying not to laugh. Look at the lip. Watch the lip. He's trying not to laugh. He had the same problem I did because he knows it's bullshit. Watch. He's trying not to laugh. Oh my God.
What I really experienced was the power of not speaking, of presence, the power of presence. And I always feel like
some men have an orgasm right there in the room. Women, not so much.
I need to say something clever or do something wonderful in order for people.
Anyway, that's Bracco. That's Bracco. That's Bracco, everybody. All right. What time is it? All right. Can't forget this before we go. Cousins Brothers, Cosmic Cowboy. Enjoy. You know what we're going to do? Here's what we're going to do right now. Here's what we're going to do. Hold on. Here's what we're going to do. I want to get it to the right thing here. Where is it? We are pretty much, I think this is it. Is this it? Yeah. So we're done, right? But not really. I want to thank everybody. Super chat, don't go anywhere. Super chatters, moderators, thank you for your help, your support, everything. It's off the charts, phenomenal. Without you, the show wouldn't run smoothly. I couldn't do the road trip, even the show every day. So thank you for that. Newcomers, veterans, thank you. All I ask is give the show a few minutes, 5 to 15 minutes. If you like it, please come back, subscribe it, thumbs up it, and you got to share the show at least to one person. So I thank you for giving the show time. With that being said, we will be back tomorrow, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. And with that being said, if you ain't looking up, you ain't looking out for ufology. And here's Cosmic Cowboy by Third Phase of Moon. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.
Lying wait between the folks, where realities melt, where light and dark don't oppose. This is the realm that I lead, and as with everything, none is mine, but I traverse the skies, forging avenues the course may never be. Follow, but I traverse the skies, forging back home, a cosmic traveler. The way back home, a cosmic cowboy. The way back home. I'll be the first to see what hides between the lines. More than what we thought, life can never be the same. Beyond horizons carved into the fabric of time. Don't need a way back home. The stars a chandelier, no interruption of rhyme. Don't need a way back home. Lying wait between the coasts, where realities melt, where light and dark don't oppose. This is the realm that I lead, and as with everything, none is mine, but I traverse the skies, forging avenues the course may never be. Oh, oh, oh.
Third Phase of Moon, Cosmic Cowboy, available right now on iTunes and all streaming audio platforms, including the exclusive Third Phase of Moon Cosmic Cowboy merch. The store is open. The links are below. Support the channel. Download the single Cosmic Cowboy right now and get your merch. Third Phase of Moon Cosmic Cowboy. The links are below.